Good morning. It is time for another edition of the Vulcan Report pre-market pulse scan with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave price trigger reports that we put in your hands each and every trading day. We like to get it to you hours in advance of the moves so that you can be in a position to make a little bit of coin. Well, today is Tuesday. The big question, the million, billion, fulfillion dollar question is, will we even have a Take Back Tuesday? So far, it is looking that way. Market is rallying in the pre-market, or you can say the overnight markets when we're talking about the futures. And all right, mic test, mic test, mic test. Can y'all hear me? All right. All right, hold on. Can you hear me now? Mic test, mic test. Can y'all hear me now? All right, all right, all right. Yep. I had to shut down and reboot. So sorry about that. I don't know what the issue was there. Let's go ahead now and try to share the screen again, because sharing is caring in this scenario. All right, we got it up. All right, we're live. We're in business. We're back in business. All right. Starting with these overnight markets, look at the Dow futures. It's up 312 points at 23,883. We got the NASDAQ 100 up 118 and a quarter points at 89.14 quarter. We got the E-mini S&P 500 up 37 and a quarter points at 28.63. We got the Russell up 28 points at 1283.7. Bitcoin is up $30, trading at 89.65. We did have an overnight low of 88.35. All right, and the overnight high was 92.25. So quite a run there off those lows, and we've also pulled back quite a bit off the high. Looking at nat gas seems to be moving forward. We're trading at $2.10, up 11 cents. We after pulling back from the overnight high of $2.15, and we got as low as $1.98. So nat gas is looking quite impressive at the moment. We got crude oil up $2.90, almost $3, trading at $23.30 a barrel. We got the long bond down 27.30 seconds at 179.28. So bonds no longer being able to hold the 180 range. We're now in the 179 handle. Looking at gold futures are down $9.80, trading at $1,703.60 an ounce. Your silver is up 17 cents, trading at $14.97. We hit an overnight high of $15 exactly before pulling back. The overnight low is $14.76. Taking a look at the US dollar index, it got a little bit more powerful, up 20 pips, trading at 99.68. It went all the way up to 99.97 before pulling back. So having a lot of problems with par right now. Taking a look at the euro is off 43 pips, trading at 108.72. The pound sterling is up 26 pips at 124.68. Taking a look at the Aussie is up 30 pips, trading at 64.56. It did dip in the overnight. It got down to 64.17 before recovering. Canadian dollar right now is down 49 pips, trading at 140.38. Euro yen is down 49 pips, trading at 115.83. And we're looking at food. We got the beans up 2 1/4 points at 8.38 3/4. Corn is up 1 3/4 points at 3.17 1/4. And wheat is down 4 points at 5.15 half. We are seeing some sort of divergence here. We got with a negative CAD and a negative euro yen, while the dollar is up. It's positive right now, up 18 pips. So looks like the FX markets are trying to determine what it is they want to do and what it is they want to be when they grow up. Because right now, it's a little bit of pandemonium, trying to figure out where do we go from here. We got trade wars back on the table. So that's going to lead us to currency wars. Oh, by the way, thanks for all the love here in the live chat. Smash that like button. I don't know if we got our 100 likes last night or whatever. So see if we can do it today. There's always a new day. It's always a new opportunity. What's up to Mr. Bolins in the live, and Frank M and Karen and Hi Bad. What's up? Dave, Mike, Paul, everybody, Dutch, 2020 Cool Cat. What up? What up? My man Doug. So what's up, everybody? I have to say that the news, though, is becoming extraordinary. Extraordinary. And it's funny because no one's really talking about certain issues. I want to give shouts outs to the trading room now for breaking me off a little bit of knowledge. I appreciate it. What up, Black Rob? I want to say that there's not more talk about certain things, and it's makes you scratch your head a little bit like, why are they avoiding talking about certain things, certain topics that I believe are germane to these markets and have a big impact on said markets? So, why are we not talking about these things? Why are we pretending as if they do not exist? That is not a smart thing to do. But nevertheless, they're doing it. All right. So, what am I talking about? Well, we're going to get into it right here, right now. We're going to go there. That's what we do, folks. That's what we do. We go there. We deal with stuff. So let's see here. ECB weighs reply to German ruling. Yep. Central banks are back in the forefront of the news cycle. All right. Let me go ahead and put this over here. Okay, here we go. All right, so Mohammed Elron warns the Fed supporting junk bonds could eat away at what makes America special and create a new generation of zombie companies. El Arion said three things will determine how quickly economies recover after coronavirus lockdowns are lifted. It makes 0 sense, Mark Cuban calls for U.S. to scrap tariffs on Chinese goods as coronavirus hits household budgets. The tech billionaire's comments came after a survey found that 71% of Americans are worried about tariff spiking prices. Isn't that interesting? What up, CEO? I see you up in there in the live. Um, of course, people are going to be worried about rising prices, and those tariffs it is a bad idea when the economy is on life support. Oil prices are up sharply. West Texas Intermediate crude, the U.S. benchmark, is up almost 10% to $22.38 per barrel as investors bet on the easing of global coronavirus lockdowns will boost demand. See, this is that dastardly underhanded thing I was telling y'all about. This is how they do. When they're ready to plan something, they'll lock you out so that you can't participate in it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm specifically talking about the oil futures. I don't remember any time ever when we couldn't trade commodity futures contracts. If anything, they would just raise the margins so that people, don't get themselves in situations. And that's done to protect you and to protect the industry. But to say you can't even trade the stuff, that right there is some dastardly underhanded stuff right there. When pork bellies was bugging, they didn't say you couldn't trade it. When cotton was having this little situation, they didn't say you couldn't trade cotton. When gold and silver were going ballistic between that 2011 2012 time frame, they didn't say you couldn't trade it. All right. They just raised the futures margin. So to lock people out of a futures contract is a scary precedent that we don't want to send, because that's a message, and then that sets a precedence for future situations, saying that you can only unwind positions but you can't put on new positions. And then they started, single-handedly targeting and destroying the ETF market that you would normally gravitate toward. They ruin that so that you can't play in that. And again, this is just the oil space that we're talking about, crude oil space. And it's a jacked up situation all the way around. All right. So and that's not free markets. That's not letting the market be the market. It's not letting the market find its own equilibrium. It's not allowing the market to find price discovery. It's you managing it, quote unquote, and doing a poor job of that. So that's not something we like to see, y'all. We don't want to see situations like that. We want to see the markets find price discovery on its own without the help of the meddling government. It's one thing to manage markets, meaning that you are supervisory over them. You're not going to allow manipulation. You're not going to allow anyone to corner a particular market, things like that. That's why we have contract limits on every futures contracts. There are limits of how many positions you can put on, and most of those arrive at the number 5,000. So they're not going to let you corner a market like the Hunt brothers did back in the day with silver. That's what that's there for. And we understand that and we accept that and we applaud that. What we don't applaud, what we don't like, is when they try to lock individuals out of a market. That is not an equal playing field. That is not fair when you do not allow for price discovery in a particular sector. And then you use the commodities markets to do it. All right. I'm thinking and I am believing that there was some backdoor dealing because the CME had to extend its credit lines, like something like $7 million or something like that. And I think in exchange for them being able to do that, I think that's when the powers that be came in and said, if we do this, you have to allow for our people to be able to unwind our positions unencumbered, meaning you got to keep the retail specs out of the space because they're going to hurt what it is that we want to do. They're going to hurt our bottom line. So you have to protect us and allow us to operate in the space so that we can, win back some of our money and or be able to reset our market without interference. Now, that right there is what we call fraud and manipulation. If anyone else did that, it would be considered fraud and manipulation. That would be analogous to, let's say, any other company. Let's use, let's say, Best Buy. That's like Best Buy saying, yo, look at here, this is what we're going to do. We're planning a big cash infusion, and we're going to do something with our stock price to make it grow at least by 10 to 20 bucks today. But in order to make that happen, SEC and NYSE and NASDAQ, we need your cooperation. We need you to go ahead and we need you to make it so that retail specs can't come into the space. We only need about 3 hours to make this happen. So I want you to halt trading in our shares for that time being so that we can have the opportunity to move money around so that we can manipulate this price and get it up 10 bucks. And then the powers that be saying, okay, fine, you got it. You got yourself a deal. That's manipulation. That is illegal. If any normal people can't do that. All right, that they won't even allow insider trading in equities. Okay, so why are they allowing the powers? They're allowing the companies, the corporations, to control the market and manipulate the market in their favor, not allowing for price discovery by locking out the specs. You see how nefarious this is? You see how what a political game this is? This has never before happened, ever. And now it's happening. So it is not good. It is fraud. And someone should speak out about it and, put a stop to it. But the question is, who would that be? Because everyone is on the take. Everyone is in the pocket of the government vicariously through the corporations, and they got paperwork on everybody at the top of each corporation. You better believe it. The government has paperwork on everybody, and you will do exactly as they say. And if you don't, they'll just embarrass you publicly by leaking said information that they have on you, and you'll be ruined in your career. All right. And they could even jail you to teach you a lesson that you don't go against them. That's the world we live in. So that's why you haven't heard me talk too much about the space, talking about the crude oil space at this moment in time, that's because technically speaking, we really don't have one. All right, we've shut down just about everything in it. And if you look at certain ETFs in the space, I haven't even been covering them. I've only been covering the futures because they have all but destroyed those at this moment in time. The things aren't moving with the underlying futures contract the way that they should at this time because of the shenanigans going on behind the scenes and not allowing for normal price discovery, blah, blah, blah. And because of that, the market's jacked up. You can't even do anything in the space. The USO is in trouble. So really no one wants to go in there and stick their neck out and buy that because of the uncertainty of its future. And it's just a mess right now. It really is a mess. And I'm hoping that over the course of time that it can be corrected. Because believe it or not, um, each and every one of us are affected by these markets. Even if you're not a trader, at some point you become an investor vicariously through your employer, your 401k, mutual funds, pension that you rely on, whatever it is, they are involved in these sectors. All right, the majority of people have no idea that they are involved in the space. Even if you're one of those green advocates that you don't want to be involved in anything that has to do with Shell or anything that has to do with those type of things. You only want green. That's what you like to invest in and all that stuff. If you got a 401k on your job or you're receiving a pension, chances are that money, a lot of that money has been diverted into the energy sector, specifically the oil and gas sector. All right, so the majority of people are invested in that either directly or indirectly, with or without their knowledge or even understanding of the subject. So I had to bring that to your attention because now we got the opening bell and you could see prices move a little bit higher in that space. But like I said, overall, a lot of the ETFs are just caught in a weird range trading pattern right now where just not too much is going on in the space because of all the you know playing around with the with the reverse splits, things like that. I'm just hoping that they don't start doing this in other segments of the economy because now we're talking about bailing out airlines and bailing out hotels and bailing out restaurants, pretty much just bailing out the entire economy where the Fed is nationalizing the economy and the Fed is going to end up owning all sectors and segments of the economy. And when I say Fed, I don't mean the government. I mean the private corporation called the Federal Reserve. When you allow them to take control of anything, then you're strengthening the fascism. You're strengthening the totalitarian aspect of America, which is not a good thing. All right. So our government is broke. Our government has no money. Our government, technically speaking, really doesn't even exist right now because the Federal Reserve has been allowed to indebt our country to such a degree that it cannot pay down or pay off its debts ever. And the deficits have grown so out of control that technically speaking, the country can't even service the debt. So basically, what I'm saying is that the central banks own the country. We pretty much already have a one world government by fiat because of the central banking schematic. Central banks own everything. Central banks, lend money to the countries, and the countries can't pay it back. So the Federal Reserve, the central banks, get to own all its resources. And in doing so, technically speaking, the central banks own the military. They own everything. So that's why every war is a banker's war. All right. So these are facts that no one wants to have to embrace. But at some point, you really don't have a choice. At some point, you do have to address the situation at some point. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you got to deal with these facts because these are facts. And that's the funny thing about facts is that you can't change it. You can try to change it, but it's not going to do you any good because it doesn't make the facts become non-facts. All right, so we got to deal with these type of things, and the world's going to continue to go down the road that it's been going down until we can see some type of change. And I'm afraid to tell you that right now it's not looking good in that department. So I think, like I said, the people need to really stand up and put a stop to it, especially this November. Microsoft to invest $1 billion in Poland. The tech titan signed an agreement with domestic cloud provider, looks like Chumara Krowoa, to provide cloud services in Poland. All right, Thai Airways rescue plan is its last chance, says Prime Minister or PM, whoever that is. The government is ready to back a rescue package for Thai Airways, but that will entail a full restructuring and there will be no second chances, the Prime Minister said. Airline SAS agrees credit facility backed by Sweden and Denmark. The Scandi airline said it signed a $336 million 3-year revolving credit facility agreement, 90% guaranteed by Sweden and Denmark's governments. Again, the merger of corporation and government, which is what? Fascism. France hopes to deploy its Stop COVID app by June the 2nd. The state-supported Stop COVID contact tracing app should enter its testing phase in the week of May the 11th when the country starts to unwind its lockdown. Earnings keep coming. Total, Dominion Energy, and Electronic Arts are the highlights. As far as data, IHS Market PMI Composite and Services Index and API weekly crude oil stocks are due. So where do we go from here? Well, first and foremost, I did promise someone that I was going to look out for him today. So I have to be a man of my word and look out for him. So let me go ahead and take this opportunity to hook you up. It will only take a quick second and then I will do what I need to do. All right, Here we go. And we are, well, it would have to be put somewhere where I couldn't see it. Should have known. Should have known. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, this is for you in the trading room that asked me to do this. So I'm going to do this to hook you up. All right. This is a chart of nat gas. All right. As you can see, the chart of nat gas, it's been pretty much just moving in sideways in ginormous ranges. You know what I mean? Almost like a day traders type market. We got stuck up in the Kumo cloud. Market did exceed this. We got way up here in the overnight. We got to 215. So that puts us way up here. So it's out of the Kumo cloud, but now it's pulled back. It's right here now. It's around about right here. So we broke out of the Kumo cloud. We did have a rally alert for last night into today. So if you are a trader of the futures, you saw this in the report, all right, and you had an opportunity to get long this. So if you are long today's breakout rally, go ahead and pop with it. You need to. The reason why you need to pop nat gas, it's not a big mover majority of the time, but it can move. It's been called the widowmaker market for a reason. Nat gas can get straight bombastic on you and you'll be looking crazy. Like back here, had that crash alert. Look how productive that crash alert was. We just gapped all the way down. Here's another example. Crash alert just took it all the way down. Another crash alert. This is one of those markets when rally and crash alerts are pretty extraordinarily productive. All right, on both sides of the market, you're getting in these situations. All right. So right now it's in a bull market on the daily chart, and we got good momentum right now. All right. So you need to know that we got good momentum on this. All right. So what I would suggest, like I said, is that you pop your way through this if you are long in the nat gas. All right. Don't try to be a hero. Do what you got to do. But we just started officially into a bull market in these last two bars. So I think that the baby bull can grow up, but it's not a mature bull market just yet because we need to get this trend line support up out of the Kumo cloud along with price. When we do that, now we have a strong maturing bull. This is just the beginning. All right. The market has a long way to go, but so far it started a bullish phase. Okay. We got a bullish phase. It is official. Now we just need the market to step up its game and keep running from here. Okay. So that's your nat gas right now. All right. Let's see here. Let me move on. Give me just a second. All right. So let's talk about a few things here. Give me just a second. All right, has everyone seen the video, Michael Moore's new documentary? And he's talking about the fraudulent green movement. All right, the fraudulent green movement. I'm definitely going to be watching that one today. I would like to know what you guys think. He put it up for free on his YouTube channel. I'll drop a link right here in the live chat for you. There you go. Someone in the trading room shared that with me. So I'm going to watch it, and then y'all let me know what y'all think too. All right. While I'm in the lab, I'll be watching it while I'm in the lab because I got some stuff to work on in the lab today. So I'll let you know my opinions of it afterwards. But we do have a few things to talk about also. So I just need to get myself prepared so we can do it. So I might do an intraday broadcast, or maybe I'll incorporate it into the end of day report, or maybe we'll do it tomorrow morning for pre-market PulseScan. I don't know, but I got to finish my research. I'm not prepared to go into it at this time. So I need to do some stuff. Once I'm done, then we'll talk about it. But it is very important, and it is a situation that I don't really see anyone talking about. And that's not good. It's not good at all. It's not good for anybody. So let me work on that, and then we'll run that beat back, and then we'll get into it. But right now, like I said, I have I got nothing right now. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna break some stuff down as soon as I can, like I said, and then we'll take it from there. But that's all I got for this morning, you guys. So I think the rally today is going to keep pushing. All right, in the majority of these markets, that's what I'm thinking. So we will be wise to take advantage of it if you can. If you've missed the breakout, let me explain to you what's going to happen now. All right. I believe, and my belief in this has not changed. Like I showed you last night, I believe the market is setting up for another leg down, 100%. And I think we're about to stall out at these lofty levels because that's where all the resistance is being held right now. And I showed you those in the charts. So I don't think any of that has changed. And I think we're getting really perilously close to those resistance zones. I don't know if there will be a piece of news to come out. It seems like they like to time these movements with news, with corresponding news. So because of that, get ready. All right. Now, it should also be noted that we did have primary rally alerts coming into today. All right. We had it in the Dow, we had it in the S&P, we had it in the NASDAQ, and we had it in the Russell. These are all primary alerts that went out last night for today's market. All right. So like I said, you ignore these type of reports at your own peril. You know, that's what I put them out there for. So you can see what's coming and position yourself in it. All right. So you got your marching orders, you got your paperwork together, you go at it and do what you need to do. And we will talk about some of these other issues as soon as I get out of the lab today. There's some things I need to get caught up with, and then we'll go there. We'll jump into it. All right. Let's see. Quick question. If the Fed is the buyer of last resort and it's also the seller, doesn't that mean that the Fed and the people or banks who own the Fed will own everything? Yeah, absolutely. Because here's how it works. The Fed goes in and is buying up all the debt, and they get other countries to buy each other's debt. So basically, yeah, the central banks own everything. The central banks are the government. Remember, what was it? Was it Nathan Rothschild who said he cares not who makes the laws as long as he is in control of the money? So he's letting you know right there, because they are the money. It doesn't matter what king sits on the throne. The king is indebted to the bank. Therefore, the king will do the bank's will. Does that make sense? So that's kind of where we are right now. And there's not a whole lot anybody can do about it because it's too late. It's already something that has been festering like a wound for so long. So they have allowed these things to transpire. And when you allow things to transpire, the only result of that is what it is. Okay. All right. So anyway, that's all I got. Like I said, remember PulseWaveTrading.com. Come over here and get this 6-pack. You know you're thirsty. You know you're parched. All right. You don't need me to tell you what you need to do. So come on over to PulseWaveTrading.com. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.